Hi everyone, so this is the last day of We Speak Challenge and yeah, I made it to the end. Well, actually I can't say I'm very proud of myself because participating in any kind of speaking challenges is not difficult for me at all because I don't know, I've never had problems with speaking in any language. I don't know why. It's just me. So I could have made more progress if, for example, if I had studied Turkish during a week, let's say, and if I had made a video in Turkish every day, for instance, but I didn't do anything. I can say that recording videos for We Speak Challenge was almost the only thing that I did for my languages during these 10 days. Well, actually no, but almost. Okay, so today I'm not following the list of topics. I decided to choose the topic by myself, and I'm going to make a video about the books that I'm going to read in the nearest future. So yeah, as opposed to what normal people usually do, they make recent reads videos. I'm making a future reads video, and maybe I'll switch into other languages if I feel like. So what do I mean when I say nearest future? Well, first of all, I'm talking about this month, March. The thing is, I haven't read any books this year yet, and it's March. Alarming. But I still have time. I have 10 more months in 2017, so let's say my goal is to read all these books in the next 2 or 3 months. It's not very difficult, and you know why? Because unfortunately most of these books are in Ukrainian, which happens to be my pseudo-native language. It's not my native language, it's my pseudo-native language. I'll explain that later. So now I'm participating in Language Heroes Marathon with Spanish, and when I was writing my plan for 3 months, I mentioned that I was going to read 2 books in Spanish, and I still haven't read any. So what I'm going to read in Spanish are these 2 books. One of them is La Casa de los Espíritus by Isabel Allende, and second one is La Hojarasca by Gabriel García Márquez. Pues no sé si quiero hablar de estos libros en español o no, pues bueno, lo voy a hacer en español, ¿por qué no? Este libro por Isabel Allende. Me gusta mucho Isabel Allende, y también puedo decir que no he leído tantos libros en español. Creo que mi lista es súper corta, menos de 10 libros, pero muchos de ellos fueron escritos por mujeres. Por ejemplo, Laura Esquivel y también Isabel Allende. Leí una de sus obras que se llama Cuentos de Eva Luna y me encantó, me gustó muchísimo, me gustó la lengua, el lenguaje, el estilo, porque a pesar de que hubo muchísimas palabras desconocidas, la entendía muy bien. Había muchas palabras desconocidas, la entendía súper bien. Dicen que, o no dicen, es un hecho, que es una de sus obras más famosas, que está basada en su propia vida. Y este libro no es mío, me lo dio mi amiga que ahora está en España y ella también lo compró en España cuando estuvo ahí hace 2 años. Es un libro de segunda mano y me parece que hay muchísimas palabras subrayadas por ella, por mi amiga. Bueno, ya no puedo esperar, quiero leer este libro porque adoro a Isabel Allende. Quiero leer todos sus libros. Este, La hojarasca por Gabriel García Márquez. Bueno, en este libro hay dos obras, La hojarasca y Relato de un náufrago. Y el segundo, Relato de un náufrago, lo leí una vez en ruso cuando tenía más o menos 14 o 15 años y no, no sé, pues tal vez lo lea también, pero mi meta es leer La hojarasca, que ya he intentado una vez leer, creo que fue hace 5 o 6 años cuando no sabía español muy bien. Uh, Creo que ahora será mucho más fácil porque, por ejemplo, tengo subrayadas palabras como suspendido, coloqué, muslos, espaldas, eh, imperturbable, adquirido. Claro que ahora conozco todas esas palabras, así que creo que será muchísimo más fácil. Um, okay, back into English. So, this book, which I started in January, and I still have only 57 pages read. It's a book about Italy, and it's written by Tobias Jones, who is British, I suppose. Yeah, he's British. So the name in English was The Dark Heart of Italy, but I'm reading it in the Ukrainian translation because this is the only version that I could find here in Ukraine. And yeah, I had been looking at this book in the bookstore for months, for many months, and then I decided to buy it when it was quite expensive already. And yeah, I started to read it a few months ago, but then I just didn't have any time. So it's a kind of historical, culturological, linguistic book. I don't know. It's a research. It's a research on Italy, Italian society, Italian history, different aspects of Italian everything of Italy, the society, corruption, bureaucracy, like everything. Yeah, I think that translation is an obstacle in this case because yeah, I'm reading it in Ukrainian and I just can't imagine an Englishman behind this book. I don't know, it feels like I'm reading some guy from Western Ukraine. I don't know, a very weird feeling. Anyway, I'm going to finish it because I want to get to know Italy better. I've been to Italy once and I spent there only 3 days, so obviously I don't know a lot about this country, and I'm learning Italian, so it's really interesting to know more about this beautiful country. Then a bestseller, a New York Times and Wall Street Journal bestseller, which is also in Ukrainian, and the name in the original was Why Nations Fail: The Origins of Power, Prosperity and Poverty by Daron Acemoglu, who is Turkish, I suppose, Acemoglu, and James A. Robinson. So yeah, it's translated into Ukrainian. You simply can't find a version in another language here, and it's not my book. It was given to me by one of my friends and students at the same time, and I think that I've already kept it for a few months, so sorry about it. I'm so ashamed of my laziness, procrastination and stuff, you know. So it's quite thick, it has a lot of pages, but I think it's quite easy to read. I hope it's a page turner, I hope so. And yeah, why is it interesting for me? Because it's about economy, about countries, geography, politics. I'm a very big fan of these things, these phenomenons, and yeah, I'm really interested in this question, which is in the name of the book. Yeah. Then I'll talk a bit about reading in Ukrainian. So, as I already said, my mother tongue is Russian, not Ukrainian, because the family from my mother's side is from Russia. My mom was born in Russia, and Ukrainian was never spoken in our family. I started to learn Ukrainian. Well, I never learned it deliberately, because in the kindergarten, the nannies and the staff of the kindergarten speaks to children in Ukrainian, because it's something that is not discussed. Like, I mean, in the cities like Kiev and some other cities, I don't know. I grew up in Kiev, so all the kindergartens or garden has no S. Gardens, okay. Kindergartens. I went to the staff of kindergarten talked in Ukrainian to me and to other children, but the children didn't use Ukrainian among themselves, among each other. Oh my god, among each other. I mean, I never used Ukrainian with anybody until I entered university, and some people, and I got to know some people, I met some people from Western Ukraine, and I just decided to try speaking Ukrainian with them. And at school, yeah, I mean, the program in school is in Ukrainian. All the subjects are in Ukrainian, all the course books are in Ukrainian, but again, with your friends, you use Russian. So anyway, you are obliged to read a lot of Ukrainian classical literature, and when you finish school, I suppose that everybody is at least passive native speaker of Ukrainian. So yeah, I read in Ukrainian as well as I read in Russian. There's no difference. I can read in both languages, and I can speak both languages. Ta-da! I think that the covers of these books in English are the same. This one is The Girl on the Train. Not my book again. A friend of mine gave it to me. Actually, this one is mine, and I'm a bit sorry for haven't bought it because I didn't think I would find this book in English here, but I've already found both of these books in English in one of the stores where you can find books in English. So this is The Book Thief, a very famous book which is very popular now. So my plan is to read them in Ukrainian translation in the nearest future, and then later this year I want to buy the original ones and read them again in English. Why not? Because they're not so expensive, why not? And why? Because everybody is reading it and it's not 50 Shades of Grey. Obviously this must be a very a brilliant book. And it was advised to me by one of my friends whose taste is whose good taste in literature is something undisputable for me. Le dernier livre sera en français. Comment s'appelle en français? Rendez-vous mortel. Mais il y a quatre stories en ces livres. Je ne peux pas parler français et je ne fais pas aucune vidéo en français dans cette challenge. No, parlerò in italiano perché è una vergogna parlare in francese. Allora, questo libro è in francese, ma è un libro adattato, è un detettivo. Anche ho un libro in italiano che è anche adattato di questa serie, detettivo in francese, detettivo in italiano, detettivo in inglese, eccetera. Ancora non posso leggere libri in francese perché è troppo difficile per me. Sì, il francese è molto come sempre. Un momento. Sì, il francese è molto simile a italiano e a spagnolo, ma è più difficile. E per questo posso leggere libri adattati. Anche ci sono esercizi, per esempio come questo. Hai delle parole in ucraino e qua devi scrivere parole in francese. Non so dov'è, ma anche voglio leggere un libro adattato in italiano perché tuttavia ho problemi con la grammatica, con il vocabolario in italiano. Per questo voglio leggere un libro adattato di Nicola Amaniti per il livello B1 che si chiama Io non ho paura. Non è un libro molto grande, ma è sufficiente per me. Ok, so almost all of the videos for We Speak Challenge were hidden, and they were only available for those who have a link for the video, but one of the videos was available for everyone, and this video is going to be available for everyone as well, because later, when I'm done with this enormous list, I want to make kind of a report video where I'm going to share my impressions and recommendations. If I don't know if I want to recommend anything, any of these books. I hope yes. Okay, so it's been a great challenge. Thank you, Valeria. La ragazza che ha organizzato questo challenge. And I've practiced my English a lot, I've practiced my Italian, and I've practiced my Spanish a bit, and I've even made a video in Turkish, but I think that I said the same things that I had said in all of my previous videos in Turkish, because my Turkish is in an eternal state of stagnation, and now I'm about to do something about it, so stay tuned. Good luck everyone. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.